Hi, Blue Roomers. Guess what? It's Friday, and on Friday, we always do Science Friday. Experiments or learning about nature, learning about the world around us. Today, I thought it would be fun to do an experiment with food because we've been learning about healthy food and our five senses: smelling, seeing, tasting, feeling, and hearing. Well, the food we're going to use today, the main food, is a purple cabbage. I'm going to show you. This is what a purple cabbage looks like. And it has these purple-like leaves, and you can actually see all the veins, kind of like the veins we have inside of our body that carries our blood around. But cabbages don't have blood. It's for the water. So the water can feed them and keep them moist. So the cool thing about cabbage is when you cut it in half, you make a cross section of the cabbage, and it's really cool inside. Are you ready? Well, we can look for patterns and designs and symmetry. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I'll put it a little closer for you to see. I see purple and white, purple and white, purple and white, and it's almost like a spiral. It goes all the way around. It's very, very cool. Well, to do the cabbage clues experiment, we're gonna get clues from our cabbage. I had to boil the other half of the cabbage in water. And this is what it looks like after I cooked it in water. It's still kind of purple, but the white kind of turned a little bit purple, and it's softer. But you can still see the center, and you can almost see the spirals of the different colors. All right, so then I drained it, and I got all the liquid that actually isn't like a purple color. It's kind of blue. It's very, very cool. Now we're going to get some clues from the cabbage water. Cabbage water is an indicator. It's kind of neutral. It's kind of in the middle. It's not sour. It's not bitter. It's kind of in the middle. It's neutral. And when you do an experiment, you're going to observe, you're going to look with your eyes and watch and see what happens when you do things. And then sometimes you're going to try to guess, and that means make a hypothesis about what happened or what will happen when you do something. So I've got cabbage water in here, a third of a cup of cabbage water in there, and I'm going to put, actually, you know what? Well, I don't know. Yes, I will put the other one so you can compare. When you compare, you do something to one thing, and you compare the differences. Now, right now, they look the same. But what we're going to do is we're going to learn about acid and base. And acid is things that are sour, sharp, biting to the taste, like lemon juice. Tomatoes are kind of acidic. They have acid in them. And base is the opposite. So acid, and all the way on the other side of it would be base. And base is bitter, like broccoli has a bitter taste, and really dark chocolate, the one that isn't as sweet as the milk chocolate, the dark chocolate, is kind of bitter. It has more base. So they're opposites. And in the middle is neutral. Now, neutral is the cabbage water. So first we're going to take vinegar, and we're going to see if it's acid or base. And we're going to see what happens when we put it in the cabbage water, some vinegar. So I poured some in a little pouring thing to make it easier. 2 tablespoons of vinegar. 1, 2. Wipe it off. Now, let's make a guess. If I pour the white vinegar into the blue cabbage water, what do you think might happen? Well, the white vinegar isn't a certain color, so maybe it will just mix in. Maybe it will make it lighter blue. I don't know. You can make your own hypothesis at home. All right, are you ready? Let's pour the vinegar in and we'll observe and watch what happens. Oh, whoa, what happened, boys and girls? It changed the color. What color is it? It's kind of pink. It's a pink color. Well, that tells us, because in my instructions it said things that are acid or more acidic will turn the cabbage water pink. So now we know that vinegar is an acid. Now we're going to take baking soda. And I know that you've all used baking soda at school. We've done baking soda where we did the fizzy art that Theo brought in, where we had vinegar, colored vinegar, and we had baking soda and we sprinkled, and when you put them together, they made lots of carbon dioxide, lots of gas bubbles. Makes things happen. So how about if we put some baking soda in there? Now, do we want to make a hypothesis? Do you think that it will get all fizzy? Because remember, there's cabbage water in there too. Or maybe it will do something different. Let's find out. Now, I'm not going to put a whole bunch in at once because it might be like a volcano. Let's just do some sprinkling. Ooh, it is making bubbles. It's making gas. We'll do it a little at a time. Now you watch the cabbage water and tell me if you think you see it changing. Well, the color is changing. Do you see it? It's not bright pink anymore. One more. It is now purple. Now, purple means base. So we've taken something that was acidic and added a lot of base to it to change it. So now we know that baking soda is a base. Let's try something different. Let's try adding some other things in. Let's see. I've got lemon juice. Now, we know that lemon juice is sour. If we put it in there, in with the cabbage water, since it's sour, is it going to turn pink? Let's make 2 tablespoons. One. 2. The cap on so that I don't spill it on the table. All right. Have you made your hypothesis? I feel like it might turn pink, but I've never done this before, so we're going to have to watch, observe, and see what happens, and then we can come to a conclusion. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. My hypothesis was right. So it is an acid. Lemon juice, lemons are acidic. It turned it pink. Now, if we wanted to put something in that was more base and see if we could get it to turn purple, I wonder what we could try. Let's see. This is called cream of tartar. And cream of tartar is what we use when we make Play-Doh. Helps it to hold together, turn it from a liquid more into a solid that you can play with. So it's kind of the same color as the baking soda, but let's see if it does the same thing as the baking soda. It's not fizzing, it's not making bubbles. Well, it didn't do what I thought it would do. It stayed pink. So that means that the cream of tartar is more base. All right, let's try this. This is called milk of magnesia. And it's kind of like a medicine to make your tummy feel better. When you're having trouble going to the bathroom, you might take milk of magnesia, and it'll make your tummy feel better. Do we want to make a hypothesis? Do we think it's going to be more base, or is it going to stay acidic? Should we put in 2 tablespoons? Let me get my tablespoon. Now, the fun thing about experimenting and being a scientist is you try different things to see what happens. Ooh. It didn't do what I thought it would do. Let's stir it up. It stayed pink. Now it's kind of like a milky pink. All right, let's try a couple more things. I think we should get some fresh cabbage water. All right. Pour the cabbage water, 1/3 of a cup. And I'll pour it into a fresh cup. Now, another thing to try is orange juice. Now, orange juice isn't as sour as lemon juice. So I wonder, is it a base or an acid? Let's find out. One. Oh, I can see it already. 2. It turned it kind of pink. There's a lot of pulp floating around. It did turn it pink. We need to find something that's going to make it go back to base. I really want to see if we can get it to turn purple. So I'm going to try one more thing, and then we'll talk about our conclusion. I was going to try some soap. We don't eat soap, but what if we added it to something that was acidic? Would it change it to base? What do you think? Let's try it. It didn't. It stayed pink. Well, boys and girls, we did some experimenting. We came to some conclusions, and a conclusion is when you do something to find out what happens. And what happened? We concluded that, that one's looking a little bit more purple than pink now. Oh, it's kind of a purple color now. Maybe that one was slow to react instead of a quick reaction. So maybe our conclusion changed. So you can do this at home. Ask Mom and Dad to buy a red cabbage or purple cabbage, I think they're called, and boil half of it and cool the water down, and then try adding different things. I'll send the experiment to your moms and dads on your email, and you can do this at home. That's all for now, boys and girls. Bye.